And we are back. They did not fold to my bet. That's so funny. I kind of felt like they wouldn't, but it's like you still kind of have to stab. I think stabbing when check 2 on this flop is fine because, like, if they have, like, any pair, like, jacks or below, dude, something's telling me if we just bet, like, so big on that turn and river, we could have gotten the fold. Maybe not. Who knows? King X is pretty big. King X is pretty big. Like, I was trying to get, like, you know, Jack Jack and below, like those pairs between Jack Jack and the bottom card that's not a set to actually just fold. Because when they open pre, blind versus blind, and then check an Ace King high board, that's pretty much saying, I don't have a very good hand. All right, so apologies. Just kind of resetting myself. We have been playing for, you know, about an hour or so. I guess about 45 minutes, but when you talk the whole time, it definitely feels a little more. So even though we wanted to leave this table, we did get our fish left, and then a 55-18 dropped in. Not quite as bad as the previous player, but still pretty bad. I'll play an orbit or two with them just to see what they're all about. This is a bit of a loose open from under the gun, but we're gonna still make it because poker. Poker. Let's do a quick little fish report. 50, 50, 55. So it's like these are all very mediocre. Okay, there we go. 73. There we go. Give me a little something. Ugh. What a terrible. Although in the age of 2025, checking here does not mean I'm giving up, which is like awesome. Like playing and living in the solver era is actually kind of funny because like I still play kind of like it's street poker, but the community treats everyone as if, like, if you're a reg, you know, this guy's a little more reg-ish. If you're a reg, people kind of treat you more like, oh, they're probably doing what the solver typically does, slash the conventional wisdom, you know, is not to always bet everything you have right here. Like sometimes you will just check here with like 9x or queen x or whatever. Probably not going to check twice with it, but we did earn ourselves a free turn card. I mean, of course, this guy helped by being in the pot as well. But now we just check fold. But yeah, let's play a couple orbits with this new player. Who knows? 55-18 could be really, really bad. You never know. They're like right in that Goldilocks zone. All right, open limp? Never mind, maybe they suck. What the fuck? Unless you're going for an LRR, I'm quite surprised that this person's going. All right, let's see what they do. Oh, they just check fold. Wow. All right. So on our previous fish report, we had 55s and such everywhere, 57 there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Can't complain. 59, 49 right there. We just really want them to like be extra bad, honestly. Never mind. I have a lot less respect for them now after limp folding that hand. Like one single hand like completely shattered my perception of them. All right. Apologies for scratching my nose. It's like I have like this one like itch that just won't go away. But that is behind the behind the grind of having a scratchy nose. It's kind of funny. Nah, I would have loved to call here. His little open, which is so stupid. Like, why are you raising that, bro? People like this, dude, like, they just have a hard time limping. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I get it, bro. Like, you're 22-17. Like, those are cool 6-max numbers for, like, back in the day. But, like, I'm not going to lie. Especially as they look, like, I think my 21-14 is, like, actually kind of fucking ideal. It's, like, very, having that 7% gap, like that, like, sorry, that, like, that big gap between where you normally don't in, like, most colloquial, conventional wisdom games. It is to have like a much smaller gap. With these antes, though, it's different. It's so much, and in these smaller 6 games too, like these 5 cent, 10 cent, whatever games, like the fucking micro 6 games. No, it's so different because the rake is not as bad as it used to be. So you're allowed to limp. You're allowed to play post flop. Okay, so people who are either used to bad rake or just used to old wisdom, like you got to get over that shit because we're not playing 2 blind 6-max no ante anymore. We're playing 2 blind huge fucking ante or 3 blind decent sized ante because the having an ante of 1 small blind in the NL10 game is like actually kind of crazy, and then having the ante of 20 cents, or is it 10 cents? No, was it 20 cents in these games? Yeah, 10 cents in a 40 NL game is like whatever. It's fine. I can't. Can I? Damn, they left. 3 betting is like shit here. I would say 3 betting is shit here. It's like so. I'd rather expose myself to getting squeezed from behind than to let them 4-bet me. Check, and then, okay, so their check is uncapped. Their check is capped as fuck. So If we get through them, like, we should win this pot most of the time. And if not, like, we should, in theory, be able to... Oh, that sucks. I was going to say bet on non-heart runouts. Unless, of course, a 10 wants to just drop on the river. TH? That's actually a great card. Because I thought he had that a lot. Oh, fucking Christ, bro. Like, we're going to lose to QH, Jack 8. It's just... Oh, wait, no. It's only Q and King. But still, we're going to lose so much here. But you can't fold. You just can't. It is what it is. Is what it fucking is. Like, gonna lose and you can't fold. And it's like, I just don't know. Or sorry, yeah, you're not gonna win and you can't fold. And those are just the spots that suck the most in poker. Because it's like, you're getting such a good price. As soon as the heart hits on the turn, I know I'm fucked. What do they have? Queen 10. Yeah, it felt very like, why are you not c-betting that flop, bro? Like, very weird play, but whatever. C-bet, dude. Be normal. I don't mind a bet small here. I feel like we have the best hand a lot of the time. They're just going to check fold a lot of the time, and winning the pot straight up is pretty decent. This could be a value own against KX, but like, fuck it. People just are so bad in this game. I can't resist betting on that kind of equity on the turn. I really can't. Like, the flop was not a value bet because it was more of like a, let's just try to win the pot right now bet. But the turn was definitely a value bet. Fold here. All right, well, it sucks that this guy left here. You know, weren't really able to get anything going on this table, unfortunately. But that's behind the grind. It is just what it is. It's kind of funny, like the one, and I know this is like just kind of some stupid, like, trick yourself kind of bullshit, but the one thing that I always can tell myself, you know, when say hands like that don't work out or this or that or whatever, it's like, it's just one hand. And like, no one hand in poker is ever going to matter. No one hand in poker is ever going to matter. And you can take that logic to every one single hand that you want to bitch about and complain about. Because trust me, I have them too. We all have them. And I don't know, I'm talking to any one person here. I'm just talking to everyone as a whole. Like, you know, we all like to complain and this and that. So, like, you just have to look at that hand and be like, one hand in poker doesn't mean shit. And then you have to move on from it. And that's all you can do. It really is all you can do. Volume cures variance. I mean, think about, here's something that I do also think about in real time, real world playing. And it does help because think about the last bad beat you have. Okay. Like the worst fucking beat you just took, that is one still sore in your brain. Then think about the biggest one before that. And I think about the biggest one before that. I can't even fucking remember that one. You know, the one that like pissed me off 3 times ago. I can remember. I can maybe remember the last one, maybe, and then like the one before that, maybe. But like three bad beats ago, I can't remember that shit. So if I don't focus on it, the less I focus on it, the less likely I am to remember it. Like, you are going to get over it because we've all, like, anyone who's played any significant amount of poker has gotten shit on and has subsequently gotten over it because they got shit on again, you know? And like the next time you just get completely fucked over is going to wipe away that time before. So the real solace there is not, hey, you're going to keep getting, you know, worse and worse and worse beats, and that's going to, you know, make you forget the other ones. No, the solace is that in between all these shitty beats, there will be times of prosperity. There will be times when you go on 3, 4, 5, 10 buy and win streaks, and you will get pissed off again when you lose that next hand, because it's so natural to be mad when you lose a hand of poker, especially if you're a 90+% favorite. Like, no one wants to lose those hands ever. Like, it doesn't matter how much experience you have and how much money you have. Like, you know, you see people who play the highest stakes on some of these stream games and they lose the tiniest pots to like just a little suck out and they get annoyed. And it's like, why? Because they're a fucking human being. We're all human beings. None of this shit matters in terms of like, oh man, I got this much experience, I got this much money, I've been this, that. That doesn't fucking matter. All that matters is that we are people and we have to regulate and manage our emotions when they pop up. And they are unbelievably hard to do when shit's going wrong. So just know that that's the same for everybody. It's the same for everybody. You know, it's the gift and the curse. Not one of us is unique in it, but we do all have to go through it. So you get the gift is that you know that there's comfort in misery. Like, we are all going to be miserable playing this game at times, but we are all going to make a lot of fucking money too if we do it the right way. This is like the one game, like the one thing in my life that's like kind of always been there to give when I'm ready to take. You know, if I am ready to put the effort in, if I'm ready to put the time in to study into this and that, like, poker is always there to give whenever I'm ready to take. And it's just there's not a lot of things like that in life. There's not a lot of people like that. There's not a lot of entities like that. There's not a lot of even like concepts, like even just like, say for like just to go so ambiguous as like the American dream. Like that shit's fucking gone. But poker is still here. And poker is almost like a subset of the American dream. It just simply says if you put in the fucking work, you will get where you're trying to go. So I don't know how like metaphysical or not meta theoretical we're trying to get with it, but yeah, it's all connected. It's all connected. That's why poker's great, because it's a metaphor for life. All right, let's find another table. Now let's go back to the small stakes. We didn't get shit going in the last small stakes. It's kind of funny. What the these people are so wild, bro. I'm gonna go to like, yeah, something committable, yada yada, doesn't matter. I actually didn't really size this up properly, but it happened to work out where if someone calls and he jams, I can rejam, which is nice. But I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened by a happy little accident, but that is what I should have tried to do on purpose. Make it an amount where, once again, like, I'm not locking the betting for myself, where if you make it like $5, it locks it in. What do you have? Ace jack off. Interesting. Interessante. Okay. So let's look for, I would say, just keep searching. NL100 is fine. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe we find a few hundred tables that are good. Maybe we don't. Is what it is. That's all that it is. Ooh, a 63%er. Fortune. This looks pretty good to me, honestly. I don't see any reasons to not take this. But I would love, and I mean really, 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 really love to not have to post the big blind. Like twice. So I think we're going to use a sit out here. We don't use them a ton. But this will sit us out the next hand, and we're only one hand away from the big blind. So I like that. And quick little fish report, which is, in case you guys haven't picked up yet, that's just simply when I open up I open up the worst statted person that I'm in position to on every table. It just shows me, like, gives me a general overview, like, how are my tables right now? I got a 53, 53, 73, 63. Cool. Like, as long as every player is above 50%, then, like, I'm chill with that. Oh, God, I was 2 hands away. Shit. Shit. I only have 44 seconds. I might have to do a stand-up trick as well. Yo, everyone just fold to this guy real quick. It's all good. Yes. Beautiful. Fold. He's already checked. Just get out of here. Fuck. Of course the 63 is going to play. I got 30 seconds for him to all fold. All right, everyone check fold to a big bet. Huge, like, hard to hit that flop, bro. Everyone check fold. Hard to hit that flop. Put out a little $8 bet, dude. Nice and chunky. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him out of here. Get your value. You got ace, right? Oof, 10, 50. You can't call that shit. Get the fuck out of here. You're out. I got 15 seconds. Fucking A. Come on, bro. Just fold. Just open muck. God damn it. He should have folded. If he folded that flop bet, my whole thing would have worked out perfectly. Sit back in. If you don't click it, then, then it actually boots you off the table. So you have to sit back in. So what we're going to do is our trick. Pot gets pushed. We stand up. Button shift. Blinds post. We sit back down. Every fucking trick in the book right there to not post the blinds twice. We're such a fucking nit, dude. I'm such a fucking nit. But, dude, I'm not posting that fucking big blind twice. Fuck that shit. I'm keeping my dollar. I do not care. Man. Like, this side doesn't give us auto wait till the big blind. I'm waiting till the big blind. I don't care. I'll make it happen. I'll stand up and sit down 5 times if I want to. I do not care. Now, if it's like you're going to come in on the cutoff, I'll post the cutoff. Cutoff is fine. Because you're going to get a lot of hands worth of value if you do post cutoff. It's like, whatever. But I'm not going to post under the gun or like 2 off under the gun. Like, that shit's stupid. That's a waste of money. That's like what fish do. And no one's going to notice what I'm doing. Like, sure, maybe 1 or 2 people will, but like, I don't care. I really don't. I don't care if I come across as like nitty or weird to 1 or 2 people. I'm showing you guys, the proper strategy, how to save every fucking penny, like, which contributes very massively in the end to your win rate. We got 0.23 raise. Oh, you're very, very aggressive. We'll check here the 970. Call that. And you're a pretty big fish, right? Let's go. Actually, a little chunked up. I like this number here. You know what? We'll chunk it up even a smidge more. And here we're gonna go B67 just to try and, like, tell everyone hello. Hi, I am here. I would like to play some poker today. This is not, 73 though. Sizing timing would be nice. Snap check, bro. Snap check. It's like, I don't think there's value to be had, but I did consider betting like $4 and folding on this river against like ace high. Like just try to get a little value from ace high. What are you doing with a 10? Dude, there's no way. I mean, you have to have diamonds, right? Because what else would you have? 8, 9. Nah, it's fine. I'm not going to entertain it. It's fine. I'm not going to entertain it, and I'm not going to check it either because it's not worth my 50 cents. A little sus. Very polar. All or nothing type hand. So we are basically targeting this guy here with kind of like a secondary of this guy here with kind of like a tertiary of this guy there. Like they're all pretty bad, but the main villain is right there. Suited ace in the big blind on table 1. We will be looking to play. This is a good spot to pretend like we have a good hand. Let's go 9x, 10x. Less good spot. It honestly, like, this spot is like complete shit now. I hate to say it. Just because when they make such a big bet, what did I say before? Big bets are hard to play against. Like, not in terms of like, oh, I don't know what to do here. Just literally like my equity just plummets when they make it this size here. Like I can either go 3-bet and try to once again like just kind of pretend like we have a good hand, you know, and like play our equity, or we can call and play our equity straight up raw, which is like not that great. And or we can just fold, which is what I chose to do. I'm gonna go with the play that I normally go with here, which is gonna be kind of like hope to God that the first player folds and just try to get value from this guy. This dude sucks, and this guy could have whatever. That's shit. That's fucking shit. Just complete shit. Complete shit. That's what it is. We can play the king 7 on the button. Especially when homie, like this is why I have a gap in my PFR VPIP is because I'm overlimping this shit all day, every day. 5x is a pretty big number. Closing the action is nice, but big number. Big numbers equal low equity, low EV. Sorry, equity stays the same because, you know, that's just like your hand against their hand, but the EV goes way down. Suited here, I think calling is fine. Offsuit here, we just give it up. Especially when this guy is no longer in the hand. Like, they are the main reason why we entered the pot. Cracking all my knuckles. Trying not to buckle. All right. C-bets, calls. It's a interesting spot to c-bet when it hits everyone else's range, but okay. Now this hits them. But like so range advantage goes towards this person, but nut advantage goes towards these other two. Like this definitely says ace queen plus, ace jack plus. 10-10, interesting. What value, bro? What incredible value. Good for you. Love to see it. 2.5 is good. 3 is fine. Nah, 3 exposed ourselves a little bit too much. This person seems decent, okay, maybe. Who knows? Their 4-bet sizing was good before. That's kind of why I say that. But we will actually now overexpose ourselves given how this person's entered the pot. It's like you can't really... When there's two contradicting variables in the hand, one, a fish that you're trying to exploit, and two, a regular that you're trying to not get exploited by, like you honestly just have to go with exploiting the fish over not getting exploited by the reg. I'm actually gonna probably flat right here. I think you have to flat. Solver loves a flat. I know that for a fact. Really bad board. If like this 7 was a 9, I think flatting might be okay. If one of these was a spade, I think flatting is okay. But given the current configuration, I think we've got to fold. But yeah, the solver freaking hates to fold the what you call it, the suited Broadway. Once you get 3-bet from 4x from out of position. So I try to at least defend in a somewhat equilibrium area, because I know like playing in a GTO manner at all is like, you know, futile for trying to become a maximum winning poker player. But when you open and then get 3-bet by this player here, who's playing 21-15, effectively like pretty much our exact stats, like, what do we expect them to be doing? Like, probably playing pretty reasonable ranges, you know? And, like, that's what GTO is for. It's for protecting yourself and not losing money against people who could otherwise take advantage of you. So there's really no harm, no foul in just, like, you know, playing playing good, playing solid. Like, you know, call what the hands you're supposed to call, fold when you're supposed to fold, and, like, just don't really mess around too much. So really trying to get involved against this guy. Like, that's the, one good hand against him could kind of like turn our whole session around, you could say. Just in terms of, like, haven't really had any big pots or good hands or made any money or this or that. When you play poker, you'd like to make money. But of course, on the same note that every one hand is like meaningless, any one session subsequently, I would say, is also, for all intents and purposes, completely meaningless. A session worth of hands is like just such a small number of hands that, like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Consider a session like anytime you start playing poker and then end playing poker. So, like, for me, like, live, that would be like minimum. Like, I don't really play if I'm gonna play for anything less than like 3 to 4 hours. Like, that's like worth me sitting down at a table for. And same thing with online. Like, I don't play if I'm gonna play for anything less than like 45 minutes to an hour. And of course you want to play for longer in each instance, but I'm just saying, like, the bare minimum that you'd like to. So consider any of those a session, and, like, you're gonna have to do that. So, like, to be a full-time grinder, you'd have to play at least, like, 10 sessions a week, basically, minimum for live. For live, we're talking about those hours. Like, if you're talking online, like, at least 20 sessions a week. I'm just gonna check fold here. I should have bet myself, though, honestly. Should have bet myself. It's fine, though. So, it's fine. It really is fine. We're honestly, like, hoping that it just checks through. Like, when you check there, like, it's okay to just kind of, like, have a preferred game tree that the situation follows. And, like, we're not hoping that it goes bet call. We're not hoping that it goes bet raise. We're hoping that it goes check check, brick turn, we bet, they both fold. Like, that's the ideal scenario there. So once, like, a wrench gets thrown into that plan, betting and calling and this and that, like, people aggressively putting money into the pot, like, we are able to then, like, adjust our preference, and because now we're not in a favorable situation anymore. All right, so posting the cutoff with a 53 VPIP. We will obviously be isolating here if possible. This is fine. You got to ISO here, I think, with the suited ace. Double 420 is good. I don't know if you guys knew that. Freaking knows his stuff. Guess that's the season. All right, C-bet here is good. We can even go multi-street given the backdoor potential. This kind of sucks, but, like, we're getting, like, a pretty good price, though. So, like, I guess we'll call. Right? Yeah, we're getting a good price against, sure. If they have a 10, they might fold. It's my only logic. If they have a 10, they might fold. Here we're going. I mean, they check to us. Sure, we'll check back. I mean, like, this is like a weird spot. We're kind of hoping to hit, like, spades and this and that. Check miniature raise. Nice hand. The reason why I keep, like, peering forward is because, like, my camera literally blocks my fold button. So I'm like, is that my fold button? Okay. A lot of people getting overpairs in and winning, just not me. That's like the severalist person I've seen get an overpair in and just, like, stack a fish or, win. And it's like, cool. It's still possible, guys. It's right there. It's just not happening to us. Gutted for the 7. We're going to try again, bro. If at first you don't succeed, try again. My last barrel did not go through. So let's see if this one goes through. It went through. And once again, I only do that because from experience, I can't tell you how many times I'll bet there with ace, and then the person just folds. I'm like, son of a bitch, dude. Like, what did you just fold there? I should have raised the king 5 suited. I don't know what I was thinking. I blanked for a moment. But, like, that's definitely a hand that's in our range. Third pair, we can check back is fine. If check 2, I think betting is honestly okay here, given how many draws are out there. We now have an overcard to the 5, or an overpair to the 5, I should say. So, but the flop is, like, a little bit loose. This actually has been, like, a pretty rough session in terms of traction and such. But, like, you just can't let it get to you. You just let every hand roll off you. Also, whenever possible, too, playing like overrolled is also very nice. Like, I mean, as you guys can see, you know, because I try to be transparent with it all. Like, we do have a decent bankroll, you know, a little over 4K. So whenever I lose, like, you know, 20 bucks here, 40 bucks here, 100 bucks here, it's like, whatever. You know, like the 100 plus amounts, like, obviously affect you more. But when you can sustain the loss, like when you can go through like a downswing, like a big downswing, and still have like, you know, mid 3,000, you know, 3,500, 3,400, it's like, all right, you know, it's like, it feels better than like losing, you know, half your bankroll or, you know, 75% of it. And that will happen, of course, if you do play, you know, like say, for example, if I were to play like the NL 800 games or the NL 2K games, it's like then the downswing is going to be bankroll ending potentially. So I will always advise people to play overrolled than underrolled. Like, just, you can wait. Like, there's no rush to getting to the higher stakes. Like, if money is the answer, then like this is not the solution. You know, like, we're not doing this for, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. You know, obviously, if it was, then we wouldn't be grinding for, even like grinding like a good win rate. Like say like 10 BB per 100 at NL 100 is like a fine solid win rate. Like, that's just 10 bucks an hour, you know. And if you're playing multi-tables, like maybe you're getting up to 20 bucks an hour, maybe 30, like probably not 30, probably 25 at the most, because like the hands just don't move that fast on the site. So it's like you're not getting rich off 25 bucks an hour. So like, just use this as what it is, which is like, really, it's a good tool to get in a lot of hands against a lot of bad players, and then the money that comes with it is just like a nice little bonus. But really, I feel like most people should be kind of doing, not what I advise, but like what I do think is the proper way of, mainly like, you know, play as much as you can online, but then as well, like, play live. Just play as much live, because people play so big and so stupid live. You can win so much more off of less effort too, you know, and it's more fun. It's more fun. Like, there's like, everything is better about live, honestly. For me, the only thing, you know, I've talked about this before, like the biggest thing, the reason why I'm standing here right now talking to you guys and not at the Hustler recording hands behind a freaking phone, is because I like being with my doggy. I just like being with my Zoey. And, you know, like, how can you say no to that face? How can you say no to that face? I just like being with her, you know, so it's just easier for me to be here and click these buttons. But, you know, I do have to leave the house more, and I do have to, you know, go to the casino a little more. All right, so ready to call. I actually would love to see 2 checks. I would love to see 2 checks. And now they have a hand that they can call. They have 6, they have 7, they have this, they have that. Yeah, it sucks, bro. You really want to see 2 checks. When they bet half pot on the turns, like, I think you just have to fold. Like, our hand is well against their range before the flop, but then once that board hits, it's very solid for them to just connect, you know. So that's why I do like 2 checks versus 1 for the C bet there. We can check that one. I haven't checked any hands really. I've just been like relatively confident in most of my reads. We can check that one. I think they have at least a, I think they have a queen there. I really do. I felt the queen there. I can't see. They turned 7-7, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Wow. Well, I did say at least a queen. Keep that in mind. And of course, that's a hand that we would have probably won the flop if we just bet. But like, that's fine. Actually, I'm just gonna check back here because I spent so much fucking time yapping. It like is less credible, my C bet. We turned some equity though, which is nice. Really close spot. Is the jack good? I don't know. I'm actually just gonna fold. I really have no idea. This guy donks. This is so booky, bro. I'm gonna call 1 with the 9s. I hate to keep folding, but it does feel like a fold though. It really does. You know, they lead out. It's like just a typical fish play, bro. Typical fucking fish play. Why are you thinking so long, dude? What the fuck you got now? I'm gonna fold and check again. Like, I'm just to reinforce my reads, and hey, it's a little bit of a show for you guys too, just to see. It's like, yeah, like, we do just have to keep folding to these bets, bro. We really do. Like, sometimes you just go through these streaks of getting fucking nothing, you know. And just to reassure myself that I'm making the right plays, like, I'll fold and check here and there. I don't know. Is it good enough to 3-bet? I think it's good enough to 3-bet. Them going 4x versus 3x is like, honestly, like the difference maker. Dude, fuck me. Like, exactly what I just said. Like, if they win 3x here, I feel so much more confident. It's like, we have to call here because we're getting such a good price, but like, I should have just called the first open. Ace king at absolute worst. Absolute worst. It's like, if they have ace ace here, why the fuck would they bet? You know? Like, even an idiot can figure that out. 217. I'm actually just gonna flat try to keep this. You know, no, forget it. They will call a 3-bet cold, so we can 3-bet here, and I'm just gonna fold. But yeah, we were overzealous. See, like bad players will call 3-bets cold. They really will. Dude, we've just been getting the absolute worst actions on every single fucking play tonight. It's kind of crazy. But it's good to show you guys, you know, behind the grind, what you got to do to get through this all. And it's literally just like either play your equity or just fucking fold. Like, I can either call here right now or just fold. I'm going to call. We're getting such a good price, bro. Like, that's the thing. Like, you kind of have to call, like, at least a smidgen of the time. You can't just fold. Like, last time we folded was when we 3-bet. Sorry, we 3-bet big to 20 BB over a 3x open and 2 calls at NL100. And the guy made it 41 and we just straight fold. And it's like, yeah, we're just going to fold to that, dude. Because the SPR is, like, unwinnable. I was gonna say unless he has ace-ace, and now he can't have ace-ace anymore. So like, cool. We just happen to get extremely fucking lucky here. I'm not gonna fuck around. I'm just gonna put all the money in the pot. Dude, there's no fucking way. Like, whatever. I don't think they would have bluffed on the river, bro, to the $2 if they're gonna fold the $2 there. But like that, I'm not even talking about that hand. I'm not even gonna talk about that hand. I kind of want to pay to see what they had. So, no, not talking about it. We're done with that hand. Next. All right. Just gonna flat here. I don't know what it is about the micro stakes and even the small stakes, but like I swear to God, bro, every single light 3-bet or like medium size 3-bet that I go, like basically when I'm not nutted, I get played back at. And it just like gets so sickening tired after a while of like I know what like the colloquial wisdom is, like I should be 3-betting light in position, this and that, yada yada. But I swear to God, my gut is telling me that not enough of these players open light enough that you can really even warrant it. Like just call. Well, I don't know what you have, bro. You're confusing me. You open from first position, now you're 3-betting the flop. All right, fuck it, bro. It's NL10. Like that's my point. Like who knows? Who cares? If they have kings or aces, yeah, kings. Like it just felt like either an overpair or like some random ass how the fuck do you have a better hand than me type situation. But yeah, NL10, just go with it. Top of range, just go with it. Who the fuck knows? Like that action is so unbelievable. Like how do you not call there? It's such a strong action. Like they make me want to only call with my top 2 pair, honestly. But it's like, nah, you just gotta jam at that point. Gotta jam. So I think like no, 6-7's fine. 6-7's fine. Haven't had a single hand to play at the NL100 tables, and that's all good as well. That's like extra tilting too. Like sometimes you're getting like hands everywhere else, but the highest stakes table you're playing. It's all good. I only say this stuff not because it's actually tilting me currently in the moment, but because like I understand how this visually can come across as like, damn, but you're getting a lot of like shit in a row. How do you feel about that? And like that's kind of why we do these videos as well, because I would consider going B167 here if we weren't blocking the fucking top card of the board. If we had 9-9 here, I go B167 all day, because you're unblocking the 10. You have like the infinite draws out there. I think call is actually like low-key goated here. 2 reasons. 1, they made it big enough that people are just going to fold their bullshit. And 2, they didn't make it big enough that people won't fold hands that we can still get value from, like weaker aces, like suited connectors, medium pairs, this and that. So I think that just straight calling and letting like this 50% come in with like whatever nonsense that they want to is actually a really good idea. In different circumstances, different configurations, like I can see like min raising there to like really isolate that player because they did only make it 19 big blinds. Maybe you would want to do that with like a slightly weaker hand, as weird as that sounds, because like at that point you're not letting in as much dominated stuff come in because there's simply less dominated stuff to come in when you have like ace-9 suited there or king-queen suited there. So I actually like call a lot in how the whole thing was just kind of set up. We'll 6-7 them again because we did it last time. Maybe they think we're just memeing on them. We're just memeing around. Doo-doo. Ace-8 is fine for a min raise. You know, just give a huge fish in the BB and, you know, get past the button and then you have position. But, of course, they play half their hands. Doo-doo. really close. Fishing the big blind is like the only reason why I'm considering raising the Jack 10 offsuit from like, you know, basically under the gun 7-handed. But we'll knit it up a little bit. Just knitting around. All right, just gonna fold here. What are we at now? 34 minutes for session or for video number 8. Holy cow! It is quite easy for me to just pump these videos out when I don't have to edit them or make a thumbnail. I hate doing both of those things so fucking much. But I love playing poker and I love giving you guys content and insight behind it all. And once again, I do think that there is almost like an extra layer of value when it's just straight up raw. Like you get to see like every little second that I go through. It's like, you know, when you play this shit and you're not having a great time, you're not like, you're not winning, you're not having fun, this and that, you're getting stacked, or you're just losing like a bunch of medium pots. It feels like shit sometimes, you know, and we all know that. So you have to see like how someone reacts to that and how they react to it in like not a negative way, and that can help you also not react to it in a negative way. You see someone want to like throw their mouse on their keyboard and start smashing shit and acting like a fucking kid, then makes you want to do the same thing. So hopefully we can, at the very least, be somewhat of a soothing presence amongst the negative waves of variance when they come through. Because that's all we really try to do. Prepare ourselves for the worst and hope for the best. Like every session I play, I don't sit down and play poker, or stand up right now currently and play poker if I'm not willing to lose, you know, whatever my stop loss is. So like I wouldn't join this NL100 table if I'm not willing to lose like $400, because 4 buy-ins at the highest stakes is like about my stop loss. So you don't sit down at the table at any point in time unless you're just willing to have your BR drop by, you know, 4x whatever the buy-in is. I think fold here is fine. I'm still trying to like, I'm trying to get into pause with this guy, but like just a little too weak out of position on my button. I'll try to rebuy. I'm going to raise. Oh, my fish left. 2012. No, we don't want that. We gotta find a new table here. And this guy's still 53%. We have a 50% 2-to-our left, which is nice. This sucks. We can't really continue because this guy's still uncapped and he's, you know, open, and he could just come back over the top, and that's no good. So we have to just fold the 6-6, which sucks. Sorry, they check. Okay. So we'll go 420. It's fine. You know, just a little ISO raise. So good. And what about over here? So like these numbers are fine. It's good that we have like direct position on this guy, 1 seat off from this guy, 1 seat off from this guy as well. The only table that we really need to find a new one on is table 3. Is pretty much shit. Like, and when I say that these tables are shit, at no point do I think that we are negative EV or that we're like not going to make money at this table. I just don't think it's going to be worth it. Like, it's not worth the effort that we have to put in to make money. There's easier poker to be had elsewhere. There's no need to grind and claw and kick and scream and play these difficult games with tight players when you could just find someone who's fucking giving it away. Just find someone who's giving it away, bro. That's so much easier. Shameless. Be shameless about it. Like, I've never in my entire life thought that the way to win the most money was to be the best player in the world, you know? Sure, there might have been like a small window of my poker playing time where I was like, you know, being the best player in the world would be really cool. But that quickly faded once I realized how much effort goes into that and how much extra money you don't get from it, you know? Like, who gives a shit about being the best player in the world? You just want to make the most money, or at least be in a situation where you're making enough money or more money than you can possibly want. So that's kind of where I'm shooting for right now. You know, just try to play the best I can, the highest I can, this and that. Well then, over limp for sure, man. Like, this is the spot. These are the things you're trying to get. These are the ones. Just trying to win here. Ace high, yada yada. Ugh, if our fish calls, we call. Dude, this guy isn't even playing that bad, too. That's the thing that sucks. Like, they're not even really calling that much. Like, they're not exposing themselves that much. Like, they're not really even doing that much stupid. They're limping and folding, this and that, yada yada, whatever. Fuck, I'm gonna leave this table too. Like, sometimes the numbers just don't add up to the expectations. Like, I haven't seen them make a single big mistake. I haven't seen their stack fluctuate. They're not going all in at this and at that. Like, they're a disappointment of a fish. They're not giving the action that I would like. Maybe. What is this, episode 8? Maybe take a little break. Maybe take a little break. This is like the perfect little break spot too. Okay, we're gonna break here, break. You know what? Done. Sold on the fucking break, dude. Here, go there. Yep, sold. Every table's done. literally, because this would be the next big blind on every table except for one. We got one more table here, or one more seat here. Hand, one more hand here. The third thing that I said is correct. One more hand here. This one's like a little bit under 40 minutes currently, but that's fine because I'm gonna go a little bit over. So we'll do this one a little under. But like basically, like all my tables kind of suck right now. We haven't really had any momentum, this and that. Like I'd have to kind of go find all new tables. So let's just go take a little break, you know? I've already done my due diligence. Like now if I do want to say play like a game of Fortnite or play a round of Arc Raiders or something or do whatever, I'm free. I can do that. And then in like an hour or two when the table's kind of like reset, so to speak, like, you know, people have come and gone and yada yada, and my head has had time to reset mentally, time to play fucking poker again, you know, and that's the life of a grinder. That is the life of a grinder. But this has been a good session overall. And I say that because I did two things, and I'm only ever really trying to do two things. I put hands in, and I feel like I played well. That's all I can ever really try to do. I put hands in, and I feel like I played well. I'm trying to think back, like any real obvious big blunders, like little things here and there. And there's always little things here and there. And all those little things too are so often like could go this way, could go that way. I don't really even know the proper answer. And of course that inherently is the room to improve. Like it would be nice to know the proper answer. But, you know, if you plug any of these into, you know, GTO Wizard, like I don't think it's going to give me the blunder. I don't think it's going to give me the red triangle with the exclamation point and say blunder, you fucked up, bro. So I feel pretty good about how we played overall. A lot of just folding, a lot of folding, like bet folding, this folding. It's like that is the crux. Like it's kind of funny. Like I say I'm gonna bet fold here a lot, and a lot of times I'm simply not put in a position where I have to bet fold. Today I just had to bet fold like all the time. So all good, you know. Let's check the roll real quick. We are at 41.98. So slight loss. Slight loss, maybe like the $28, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. What's my log say? We're at, oh shit. No, way more than that. My bad. I was thinking my previous log. We lost like 80. That's fine and reasonable and like what I would expect because like at 100, like we just couldn't get anything going. You know, we lost like $20 here, $20 there. You know, we did double up a couple times at NL10, so that's why when I saw 20, I kind of believed it. But like 80, same thing. Like it's like, it's what it is. So that, and did we play 40 and 40? I don't even really remember. But all I can remember is that we couldn't really get anything going. So, you know, it's just one of those sessions. So I'm just gonna put in my notes, out at, what time did we finish? About 45. And we played for a total of, my bankroll is 41.98. And we played for a total of, what would that be? An hour and 28 minutes is 88 minutes. Cool. So we earned 88 minutes of solid playtime, in my personal opinion. But yeah, thank you all so much. Love you all as always. And we will be back as soon as possible for episode 9. See ya on Behind the Grind. Bye-bye.